Hey, what's going on, everybody? Chase here at Rocky Mountain. Thank you for checking in. So we've got this Honda CRF300L, and we're actually in the process right now of doing a little adventure bike build on this thing. But we're about to install our Tusk Olympus Tank Bag. This is the small. There's also a large version. And we're going to do a really cool rackless setup on this bike. Tusk has a lot of really good adventure luggage. They have the pilot pannier bags. They have the Highland and the excursion bags that you can rock on a rackless setup. So be sure to check that out. But when it comes to installing a tank bag, look, it's a really simple process. I'm sure a lot of you have done this before, but if you haven't, we're just gonna show you how to install one of these and just a couple of tips and tricks to help you out along the way, some do's and don'ts. But overall, very simple process. So let's just jump into it and get this Olympus tank bag installed on this 300L. So when you buy your Olympus tank bag, you're gonna have 3 straps that will come included. You're gonna have 2 frame straps. They're gonna be a little bit shorter. And then you're gonna have your steering head tube strap, which is really long. And then you're gonna have 3 elastic keeper straps. So we'll show you what those are for here in just a moment. But the first step is simple. We're going to install our 2 frame straps. And when you're installing these, you're gonna find a good location on the frame and a couple tips of advice. You wanna avoid any spots that might have sharp edges so you're not cutting your straps, avoid any wiring, and you just wanna find a good location that's gonna give you a good firm anchor point for those straps. So we'll show you here on this 300L. All right, so every bike's gonna be a little bit different, but on this 300L, I'm actually gonna go around the frame right here, and the reason for that is, one, I've got this extra piece of the frame welded on that's gonna stop the strap from wanting to slide up farther. So this is gonna be a good mounting location for this. So again, every bike's a little bit different. You're gonna find a good spot, avoid any sharp edges, any wiring, and also try not to put it anywhere too close to something that's gonna be hot that could possibly melt the strap. So we're gonna put our strap around here. So once that's through, I'm just gonna take my buckle, my male end, and feed it through. And that one's done. So now I'm just gonna do the exact same thing on the other side. All right, so the next step is simple. You're gonna take your elastic keeper strap, and the purpose of this is just to make sure that if you take your tank bag off, that these straps aren't just gonna fall down to the side of the motorcycle. So it just makes it a little bit more convenient. Now there's 3 of these elastic straps that will come with. One is gonna be for these straps to go around the frame, and then one for the strap that goes around your steering head tube. The reason for the extra, the third, is so that you can choose what length you want depending on how wide your seat is. If you have a pretty narrow seat, you could use the narrower elastic loop, so that's just gonna be up to the rider. But I'm gonna take the wide one here, and all I'm gonna do is just take it and fish it through each strap, just right over the buckle. So I'll do this one first. And I'm just gonna grab the other strap, do the same thing. And again, the reason for that is now, if I have my tank bag on, I take it off, I can just let these fall to the side, they're not gonna fall down. Okay, so next step, simple. We're gonna take our steering head tube strap and we're gonna mount this up. So this is just gonna go right around your steering head tube. Again, every bike's gonna be a little bit different. Big thing here though is just to make sure that you're not going around any of the wiring that's gonna be in that area. So that way when you're turning your handlebars, when you're riding, you're not gonna be rubbing any of that. So that is something that you just wanna be mindful of. So once you've done that, now we're just gonna take that next elastic keep strap that I showed you, and you're gonna do the same step that I did on the other straps around the frame. All right, so now that we have all the straps in the right location, next thing is simple, we're just gonna mount the tank bag. Now from our experience, a couple tips of advice is, every bike's gonna be a little bit different, but where you want it on the tank is gonna depend on the rider. But we always like to say, get it as far forward as you can, so that way it's completely out of the way of the rider. But there are a couple things you wanna be mindful of. First of all, with your gas cap, if you have a vent hose on there, you wanna make sure that it's not gonna be covering up or pinching that vent hose. And then also, once you get the tank bag where you think is gonna be a good location, you have everything snug down, turn your handlebars completely left and right, and just make sure that the tank bag's not going to interfere with you and your steering. Once you've done that, you're ready to go. Now, last thing I will say is, these straps, we make them long just to make sure you have plenty of adjustability. And there's a lot of riders that are kind of hesitant to cut the straps on here and then burn them just because they think, well, what if I want to transfer this tank bag to a different bike? Well, we sell these straps by themselves. So if you do have a couple motorcycles, buy just an extra set of straps. That way you just take the tank bag off and swap it. And that way you can go ahead and cut off the excess length on these straps, burn the ends, and have a nice clean look. So I'm gonna get this installed and we'll show you how I do that. All right, so those are the tips and tricks that we have for installing your Tusk Olympus tank bag. Like I said, there's a small and a large size available, and a lot of other really good Tusk adventure luggage that you should definitely check out. If you have questions about anything that we talked about today, leave those down in the comment section below. We'll get those answered. To grab your bag, if you haven't already, well, go to RockyMountainATVMC.com or just click the link in the bio. And as always, we ship for free over $75. If you want to stay up to date on the best product spotlights and videos like this, get subscribed and hit that notification bell. I'm Chase. We'll see you on the trails.